Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while. We've been busy and hanging out in Hawaii for Crystal's 40th birthday. Happy birthday, Crystal. She said thanks. Standing here in front of the Yukon, we just got this thing and we're gonna go trade it in right now for a new vehicle. Yep, we do make rash decisions. We don't care about wasting money, apparently. I guess 2 years ago we moved to Vegas, and ever since then we've honestly been trying to find like what is the right vehicle or set of vehicles for us. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're about to burn through 5 vehicles trying to figure out the right ones for us. And I think we've landed on something. So we're gonna go trade this in and get our new vehicle, which you get to see here soon. And the cool thing is financially, it's a little bit of a hit, but overall our monthly cash flow is going to increase by about $500 a month by making this move. So I feel pretty good about that. We can share more details on that later. But yeah, let's go do it.
Okay, well, that took a hair longer than we expected, which overall it took way less than being at a dealer, but our appointment to pick up was at noon. We didn't see someone until about 1:15, and then just had to leave for work at 1:30, and they got the paperwork signed and the car delivered to us in 15 minutes, and then he took the car to work, which is just super cool. The whole buying experience is hands down the way to buy a vehicle. So the kids don't know that we just bought and traded in the Yukon. We had kind of talked about it like a week ago that we had test drove one in Hawaii, but we haven't said anything to them. We've been keeping it a secret because we want to surprise them. And so the plan as of right now is that Jess, he works 2 to midnight tonight, so the kids will be asleep when he gets home, and then tomorrow when we all get up, we're gonna go tell them to go grab something out of the Yukon and try and get their reactions on camera. It's the next morning and we're gonna bring them out right now. They still have no idea.
What? No way.
Surprise!
Wow. It's so nice. How do you open it? You push this. Or do like that? Wow. Did you buy it?
You can stand up in there?
Yeah?
And look above you.
Wow. Wow. How do you like it, man? Whoa. I just... Wow. We can fit a lot of stuff in here. You can do that? Fart sounds? Can I do it?
That looks better. so here's the rig. Don't mind me rubbing my eye, I just woke up. Cool thing about this is a lot of stuff you can do right from the app. Essentially, it has auto start, which it's not going to start, but it can turn the heater on, air conditioning, heated seats, which all 5 seats are heated, and that's all right from the app. The reason we went with the Y is mainly because of the storage and just being a family, Nashville baseball, going to Costco, all that. You got to have the storage, and this thing definitely has it. It's got this big area by itself, and then sorry, it's got this big area on its own, these pretty deep things on the side, and then it's got this trunk here where you can store your kids.
In fact, you can murder someone and put them in here.
And the seats fold down. All right, with everything laid down, to me that's a huge amount of storage for a car. We were told that you can buy a cooler from a third-party company that'll fit perfectly in here, and then you can load up drinks or whatever and have it be in there for camping trip or who knows what. And then I actually heard people camping these things and sleep in here.
You got the right stuff. Yeah.
And then if you want to close this down, you can hit this button or you can do it from the phone. It's just nice to have the option. In the front, there's some storage as well. It's not huge, but we can open it with the phone here. Also great for storing your children. You got your windshield washer fluid fill up.
And then there's a button inside here. If anybody woke up and if you like captured someone, they could just press the button and that would open it.
Really?
The trunk. Yeah. Right
Here,
there.
let's test that out.
Okay.
That's cool.
Nice.
See?
So we can't trap anyone. Maybe our favorite part of this car is the fact that it doesn't have a motor or a transmission or a bunch of other stuff that could go wrong. They're virtually maintenance free. And with regenerative braking, you're barely using the brakes. So those are going to go forever, which is awesome. There's another button on here called vent. I don't know what I've never pushed it, but let's. All right, so that's really cool. You can just hit that and all of your windows just go down a little bit, which could be key for the summertime. These are hubcaps here, which I actually intend to take these off. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can, but. So there's the actual wheels.
Okay, comment down below if you want that wheel to stay or that wheel.
Which one do you vote?
That one.
I really like the look of the actual wheel, but functionally you get more range if you keep the hubcaps on. I'm not sure how much range. I'm sure the data's out there somewhere, but if you want a better look, you're gonna pay for it in less range. As far as the numbers, our payment going from the Yukon to the Tesla went down by $150. This car is only like $47,000 or $48,000 right now, which is a lot less than the Yukon at the time we bought it. So super reasonably priced vehicle. And then because we're not spending about what $350 a month in gas for the Yukon, we're saving about $500 a month total between those two things, and that just feels really good because I mean, spending less money for what we think is a better vehicle is awesome. We do all the scheduled maintenance on all our vehicles at the dealer, and typically that can cost us like thousands of dollars per year between oil changes and then just whatever else they do from time to time. There have been times we've had to spend $2,000 for just scheduled maintenance, and we're no longer going to have to do that, which is amazing. It's more savings that we're going to realize over time, and it just feels really good. The insurance on this thing, our monthly insurance bill went up by like $8 a month. I guess because it's a cheaper, safer vehicle. State Farm wants to charge us more. Can anyone explain? I don't know. All in all, it feels like a major win for us to have a really fun vehicle that we love that's going to cost us a lot less per month, and yeah, I'm stoked on it.
So real quick before we close this video out, one of my favorite parts of this whole experience was actually buying the car. So Tesla does it totally different than a dealership, which makes me never want to buy a non-Tesla car ever again, just because it was so seamless and easy. So we went down to the Tesla store on Tuesday and talked to Calvin, and then we got the car on Friday, and we could have probably gotten it that same day had we decided that we wanted to purchase it. We had to come home and kind of crunch some numbers and make that final decision, but essentially you do 90% of it on their app, which is crazy. And if you do the trade-in like we did, they give you the value right there. And we drove down yesterday to the other Tesla location down in the ghetto over in Henderson area, and our appointment was at noon, and they didn't see us until 1:15 because there was other people in front of us, but we sat in a pretty decent lobby. They had snacks and stuff, and then Jesse had to go to work at 1:30, so we were kind of thinking there's no way they're going to get this done in 15 minutes, but they did. So they called us back. We said, hey, he's got to go to work and he needs to take this rig, and he just signed a couple papers. They went and got the car and then just took off. So it was very, very incredible and refreshing, and there's none of that like, well, let me go talk to my boss and see if I can lower the price. And just anyone who's ever bought a car knows that the dealership sucks, and dealing with a salesperson, even if they're great, is still a very long process and annoying. So that was one of my favorite parts, and this thing is just so much fun to drive. Oh, and then I'll have Jess explain this really quick.
A little snag in this process. When we had this house built, we had them wire so that we could charge an electric vehicle. 50 amp circuit breaker, and then a big old 220 plug. That's all it takes. But they didn't put the plug on, so I thought, well, I just need to go to Home Depot and put the plug on. So I went and got it, and I started to wire it in, and I realized there's no power to these wires here. They're there, but there's no power. So I go over to the breaker box, I start looking around, and I realized that all they did was run the wires through the wall. They didn't hook them up to a circuit breaker. So getting that done is a little advanced for me, especially because there's no available spots left in our breaker box, because we put in a pool and solar, and they're all filled up. So it's not something I can touch, and Woodside Homes should have done that in the first place. So Crystal called them, and they were like, oh, oops, sorry, we'll send a guy out in about a month to get this fixed. And we're like, okay. We probably should wait it out, because I think to get it done with an electrician here in town, it's probably $500, and it's worth waiting to save the money. For now, we're going to use this plug over here. This charger that we bought comes with 2 separate plugins, and this just attaches to your normal outlet, and it gives you like 5 miles of range per hour. So if we plug it in when we're home for the evening and let it run for 10, 12, 14 hours, that's gonna get us by. It'll get us a day's worth of miles, most likely every night, and we could probably survive on this for a long time. But eventually we do want the ability to have faster charging. With one of those plugs over there, you get like 30 miles an hour. So in a few hours, you could be good to go for the day if you were in a pinch. So anyway, we're working on that. But at any rate, I'm gonna finish this workout. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.